Eddie Hearn has Hershey squirts out of mouth. Bob Arum says that Eddie Hearn has the Hershey squirts of the mouth. Is all his fault. Blames Eddie Hearn of Rematchroom Promotions for Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, the fallout. Not that it matters, Wilder Fury, but I'm here to talk about that in this here video. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Listen, I keep telling you guys, click the link in the description. Get TubeBuddy. If you're on this platform as an uploader, a content creator, doesn't matter what level, doesn't matter what genre that you are in, it takes money to make money. I can attest to this. I've been on boxing and YouTube for years now. I've used TubeBuddy. I still use it for videos like this. Click the link in the description. Do yourself a favor and make some money on this content by getting your content out there. That's the main ingredient. What are you making videos for if you don't want your videos or your message to be heard or be seen? It's really redundant and asinine. So click the link, use my link. Let's go. Bob Arum, link in the description. Reporter Michael Benson says Bob Arum hits back at Eddie Hearn, blasting him over the Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury collapse. Quote, Eddie Hearn has he spelled this wrong. You know, I'm a stickler for a misspelling, but whatever. Quote, Eddie Hearn has diarrhea of the mouth. He can't stop talking and he doesn't think. Eddie Hearn should shut up and stop blaming other people. He'd be well advised to shut his mouth and look in the mirror. Hey, Bob was talking gangster though. Hold on. He said, shut up and stop blaming other people. He best to shut up. So that was one of the quotes. The other says, Bob Arum, quote, Eddie Hearn screwed everything up. The Saudis were happy to pay a tremendous site fee. Eddie Hearn got greedy and pay a bigger amount, take the TV approach, and it dragged on for weeks. I believe if it had just been a site fee, we would have announced and the arbitrator would have probably given Wilder damages. Wow. Now, actually, whoever put that, shout out to Owen, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I like that. That's exactly what I thought when I heard this news. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I drop the illest content in the world of boxing. I'm the greatest to ever do this in terms of the digital space when it comes to the boxing talk. This is your one-stop shop for all your boxing needs. Click the link, hit the subscribe button. Now, I thought the same thing. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. At the end of the day, Joshua is likely to fight Usyk, and they're talking about finalizing that. And Tyson Fury is fighting Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. It's that simple. So I don't really understand it. Tyson Fury, you see him training. You know, he's doing some pull work. I don't understand even the conversation being had of whose fault it was at this point. All I do know is in the world of boxing, I've been accurate as hell. That's what I do know. I told you guys that don't count Wilder out, not only in the fight, in the trilogy fight, which that remains to be seen, press conference next week, slamming undercard, but also in the arbitration. I literally said these things. The videos are still up on the page. And there were so many people, especially from the UK, because they had Eddie Hearn championing and captaining this movement that everything's going to go through. You listen to the man you see on the screen, Tyson Fury, who promised to fight and said 100%, and he was on Eddie Hearn's podcast. And notable people in world boxing have told you exactly what I told you. Now, the big difference is I told you this before a lot of these interviews came out. A lot of people told you after the fact. I told you before the fact. So, you know, just do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel. Let's run the numbers up. Like, credit to the people who came out, but a lot of people waited till the arbitration was concluded and it was 100% in favor of Wilder to let it be known how foolish Eddie Hearn was talking this whole time. That's what they did. Me, I told you before, it made no sense. It made no sense to dictate and try to dictate the media and say you had a fight done, knowing Fury's erratic behavior, knowing he says stuff, and knowing that you haven't had the deal done. So as far as Bob Arum saying we coulda, shoulda, woulda got it done and had the fight, you don't really know. It's the arbitrator, the Honorable Judge Weinstein, that made the decision that he made. And all in all, let me click at this one. All in all, I mean, you don't know what coulda, shoulda, woulda happened if something else in an imaginary world would have transpired. But I do agree with Bob Arum when he's saying Eddie Hearn he has diarrhea of the mouth. See, Bob Arum's an OG Bobby Arum. And one thing we know is he's been able to, in a cutthroat sport like like boxing, in a cutthroat sport, he's been able to navigate and swim in these waters for decades. And he's almost 90 years old and he's still going and still putting out events. And he's going to be involved in one of, if not the biggest fight, depending on how you weigh Pacquiao Spence, as opposed to Wilder Fury. He's going to be in one of the biggest fights of this year, and that's Wilder Fury. So at least he's eating in that realm, you know. And at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn, he keeps talking about other people's event. Is extremely bizarre, constantly berating Showtime's schedule or trying to pick what he believes is the weakest fight of the whole schedule, and tried to say, oh, who wants to see David Benavidez and Angulo? Who wants to see Jamal Charlo? His brother now. Jamel, what he's doing is great, but Jamal, why is he fighting Montiel? I'm not sure his name. It's none of your business. It's not your network. You got a DAZN deal. It's multiple years. Where's the DAZN schedule? Where's the REMATCHROOM USA? So I agree with Bob Arum. Eddie Hearn does a lot of talking and he needs to do more producing. If you didn't know what's going on in the arbitration, you know, and I'm not going to even say too much because I've said it already. But if you didn't know and you weren't privy to the details, you shouldn't have been going to the media and let Frank Warren tell it, Tyson Fury's promoter. He says that there was a clause in the contract that stipulated confidentiality, that Eddie Hearn wasn't supposed to blabber what was going on and give people a false hope. Now that he's done it, what's done is done. And in the end, everybody who advocated for Joshua Fury looks foolish. And now they have to come out and explain whose fault it is. This is all predicted by yours truly, the great EGOSTRADAMUS. Now everyone has to play the blame game, which is exactly what I said. What kind of training is this? That's exactly what I said, and the time is here now. So all in all, Joshua likely to fight Usyk, and Fury is fighting Deontay Wilder in the third of a bout. Nothing else really matters. Who did what and stuff. They were wrong. They couldn't produce what they said they could produce. Blame Eddie, blame Bob, blame Frank Warren, blame AJ, blame Tyson Fury. Either way, the blame is on all of them because they were all to a degree complicit. Even AJ. AJ's silence made him complicit. He let his promoter run around and do this and said less. But there were posts that he's now deleted where he said, oh, I'm lacing my running boots. I'm running. Just got a great call. So he was under the impression too that he was getting Fury fight. Now that it's not happening, you know, we have to find someone to blame, and that's what we're seeing. But either way, I'm a realist, so I deal with reality. Tell me more about what's really happening and less of the capping. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Use my link for TubeBuddy. I promise you this year's up. We working.